Imagine this: a spiritual world that usually breathes in silence, where masters rarely comment on each other. Yet one day, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar makes a passing remark about Adiyogi, an image so iconic, so central to Sadhguru's vision. For weeks, whispers floated around. Would Sadhguru respond? Would he stay silent? And then, finally, the moment came. But the way he spoke was beyond anything I had expected. Stay till the end, because how Sadhguru chose to respond to Sri Sri's Adiyogi remarks might just shift how you see spirituality itself. Picture the massive Adiyogi statue at the Isha Yoga Center, 112 feet of steel, carved into the face of the first yogi. Pilgrims arrive in thousands, their eyes wide with awe, their voices hushed as though entering another world. Now imagine Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, a spiritual teacher with millions of followers, suggesting that perhaps Adiyogi is not unique, that yoga belongs to all traditions. The statement rippled like a stone across a still lake. Social media buzzed. Followers speculated. And everyone wondered, would Sadhguru defend Adiyogi? Would this spark a clash of titans? You and I know how spiritual leaders often choose silence over confrontation. It's easy to imagine Sadhguru brushing it off, saying, "These things don't matter." But Sadhguru didn't brush it off. He waited, as if gathering his words, and when he finally spoke, it wasn't with fire or defensiveness. No, his response came with the calm weight of a mountain carried in his voice, each syllable balancing wisdom with grace. When asked directly, Sadhguru didn't say, "Sri Sri is wrong." He didn't say, "I am right." Instead, he began by painting a picture of Adiyogi not as property, not as an idol owned by one organization, but as the very essence of human possibility. He said that Adiyogi represents the science of yoga, the technology of inner transformation, not bound by religion, not bound by one man's claim. And in that moment, the tension dissolved. What could have been rivalry became revelation. Close your eyes for a second and imagine the energy in the hall as he spoke. Thousands sat listening, their hearts beating a little faster, their doubts softening into clarity. His words weren't about defending a statue. They were about defending the spirit of yoga itself. With a gentle smile, he reminded everyone that Adiyogi was not just for India, not just for a sect, but for all of humanity. It wasn't about Sri Sri or Sadhguru. It was about you, about me, about the billions searching for meaning in a chaotic world. He shared how Adiyogi, 15,000 years ago, turned his face southward and offered the science of yoga to humanity. That story, ancient yet alive, was his way of saying, this isn't a competition. This isn't about ownership. This is about transmission. And suddenly, the supposed tension between two spiritual giants faded into something far more powerful. A reminder that great teachers don't fight over truths. They illuminate them. This is where it surprised me the most. I expected a subtle jab, maybe a clarification. Instead, Sadhguru bowed, yes, bowed in acknowledgement. Not to Sri Sri, not to himself, but to the timelessness of yoga. His humility, woven with certainty, created a silence more powerful than applause. You could almost feel the shift in the room, as though thousands of hearts collectively whispered, "This is what leadership looks like." Think about it. In our daily lives, when someone questions us, we rush to defend ourselves. But here was a man questioned on one of the most sacred creations of his life, the Adiyogi statue. And instead of defending, he expanded. Instead of narrowing the conversation, he opened it to infinity. Isn't that the kind of response we all crave in moments of doubt? To not just win an argument, but to rise above it? In the end, what Sadhguru showed us was that spirituality is not about proving who's right. It's about dissolving the walls we build between us. His response turned a potential clash into a masterclass on unity. He reminded us that yoga isn't Indian. It isn't Hindu. It isn't anyone's property. It's humanity's birthright. And by doing so, he transformed what could have been a headline of conflict into a story of transcendence. So here's the takeaway. When the world waits for drama, a true master delivers wisdom. Sadhguru's response to Sri Sri's Adiyogi remarks wasn't silence, wasn't confrontation, it was elevation. And maybe that's a lesson for us all. When questioned, don't shrink, don't attack, expand. If this inspired you even half as much as it did me, then hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that take you beyond the noise into the heart of wisdom. Because trust me, the journey has only just begun.